All right, here we go, beautiful people of Instagram. This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist, coming to you from the art studio, because we can. Bam, I got my Starbucks. Let's do this, guys. I know you guys are ready for this. I'm gonna paint some peonies or peonies or peonies. I don't know how they're. I don't know what how to pronounce them. Peonies or flowers, anyways. And let's do this. You know, bam, bam. Without lifting so much. Because if we lift, we lose momentum. Lift. This is lift. So I want to stay there. Okay? World's greatest living artist, guys. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Bam! There it is. Flowers. So these peonies are gonna be they're gonna be white peonies. I think so. I don't know. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. How's that? And white on paint doesn't mean white. It means off anything. Okay? Unless you have direct sunlight, it still means off anything. It can't be pure white. I guess it can if you want it to be, but you'll get more depth if it's not completely white. I've been bold and audacious before and made them just pure white, but then you have to play with the colors around it when you're gonna do that now. You know. You want to give a sense of wood, but, you know, somewhat real. It's in the abstraction, the reality shows up. I don't have to try to make it real. Who said that? What was the guy who said that? Aristotle said the purpose of art is to interpret, right? Somewhere along those lines. The inside of it, right? The meaning of the object, not a direct representation. Look, that cat knew that, and you're talking about what? Ancient Greece? Not ancient, but, you know, yeah, I guess ancient. You know? Aristotle knew that. Aristotle was like, dude, if you're painting it the way, like a photograph, for that idea only, I'm not saying that realism, no, of course not. Even what we consider realism, it's still they're going inside of it. You know, there's no you don't have to paint abstract, but the cat knew true abstraction is to paint the meaning, its relationship to the viewer, to the artist. You know, I love that. How did he know that long ago? It's always been there. You know? It's always been there. I think that. Artists naturally know that. I think he was I mean, of course he was a philosopher, but I think he was around all those nutheads like me, you know. He had to be around artists in order for him to understand that. Or he had to be around, you know, quote unquote, real, right? What I mean real is true art, you know. He had to know what that was. Thank you so much, Heather. I really appreciate that. Whoops. Here we go again. This is the third time this happens to me. I hope everybody's okay after that flip. Muchas gracias, José. Te agradezco mucho. Guys, don't be concerned with the crazy flips here. This is just it just means that it's real. It means that we're here. It's live. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Patrick. I have a little carpet, not a little, a big carpet inside my studio. And sometimes I move it and, you know, this kind of stuff happens where the phone just flips and I lose complete control. But it's a good reminder that you have to lose control. You know, kind of like a Radiohead song. I want to have control. I think that's all of us, no? We all want to have some sort of control, and life just kind of smacks us in the face and reminds us, hey, there's no such thing as that, dude. There's a perceived idea of that, but it will never be that. You have to be okay and maneuver yourself around situations where you can't control. Adapt. Bam! Look at that. I used to be very careful when I first started about color. Color was very, you know, first I was very careful with the object, right? I needed to draw it correctly, you know, whatever that means. I needed to paint it, you know, a certain way. And then I was very concerned with color, right? Right now, I am not as concerned with either or. Right now, what occupies my movement is tone. And it's just, I think it's just little phases, you know, we go through. Like tone, like this, you know. It's really what occupies more my creative idea. Like I don't mind if this is a dark, dirty, muddy color. I'm going to use it. It's a very maybe because I've been reading a lot about Zen and all that good stuff lately. I mean, when I mean lately, like a few years now. And I love the approach of use everything, right? Because then you don't stop to think about it. You just go. And I love that, you know. At first it was very difficult because I wanted to control how clean the brush was. You know, I was used to all this kind of stuff, right? How clean the brush was. Think about what color to use next. I don't think about what color to use next. I think it's very automatic now. And I love that, you know. I love that freedom. It's a sense of freedom that I've never felt before in creating artwork. It's a very strange sense of freedom, like yellow here and yellow here and yellow here and yellow here, and I don't know why. It's just, you know, letting go a little bit, you know, a lot actually. If I don't let go, I feel like something wrong is happening, you know. As I mentioned before, it's like I'm holding the creative hostage, you know. And I'm tired of holding the creative hostage. I'm also tired of not calling myself who I am, you know. The world's greatest living artist. I know I am. So might as well start using the right language, you know. I'm tired of hiding, you know, painting in my art studio with nobody seeing me and nobody seeing what I'm doing, or, you know, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to show myself. I want to show myself and not be afraid whether it's good or bad or whether people agree with me or not. Just, you know, be al natural. It's a bit of mental nudity, let's call it that for now. You know, it's just a little bit of mental nudity. It's okay to not say the right thing and not try to walk on eggshells all the time. You know, the same thing with painting. It's oil for sure, Patrick. It's this oil on canvas board. I like to use walnut oil as a medium. I used to use turpentine and whatnot, but but I'm not a fan of them anymore. After doing it for so long, I realized that I mean, why do I need to continue smelling that? You know, I need to look for another alternative because I love the consistency of oil. I don't think I could easily adapt. I paint in acrylics too, but I do it like once a month. You know, in acrylics. I don't think I could easily adapt with acrylics anymore. I used to do a lot of acrylics, but now I only do it like once a month. When I'm like, oh, I'm gonna work on some acrylic work, you know, just to keep the je ne sais quoi moving. It's a trip, you know. It's a whole different thing. Every medium, right? But I think that what most people do is that this has been my experience, right? What most people do is that they'll try acrylic, but they'll try like one or two paintings, and they're like, this sucks. Or they'll try oil, and they'll try like one or two paintings. And what I've noticed is that my juice, the good stuff, right, doesn't start coming out till like the 20th, 30th, 100th painting. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I see what this thing is about. It's a very strange concept. I know. I paint a lot, but it's a very strange concept. Because most people want to do one thing and kind of try it, and well, let me try it. Well, if you're gonna try it, it's not gonna work, right? So I kind of play like that. How long until it dries? It's depending on. It really has to do with climate. It really has to do with weather. The hotter it is, the faster it seems to dry. It usually takes about 3 weeks. Somewhere around 3 weeks it's dry to the touch. Usually. Sometimes a little quicker. When it's cold, it takes about a month or more. So it just depends. But it doesn't go beyond that. Now, some people swear that walnut oil dries faster. I don't know. I really, it's been such a long time since I used something else that I don't recall it drying faster. Like I don't have a point of comparison anymore. I used to, but I don't remember really if it dries faster or not. I feel like it dries slow. Like I want it now. Hi Vivian, I love that. The real artist always does what is in his heart. Keep doing what you like, no matter what others say. I always paint what I feel. Good or bad, keep it up. I love that. I love that. It's so true. It's so true. It comes from it's passion, really. I know that next to an academic painter, you know, someone would be like, dude, this guy doesn't, like me, right? This guy doesn't know what he's doing. But I know what I'm doing. It just doesn't look like that. You know, it doesn't, I've been doing it for over 20 years. I know what I'm doing. It just doesn't look like someone else's. Necessarily. I'm not saying it's unique. I'm saying it doesn't really look like if you compare it to someone who does I don't know, classical art or abstract art or under a certain school or whatever. But I think that you just have to own your thing, you know, just it's you know, whatever your thing is, whatever that thing is, you know. Even if you're doing it wrong, right, quote unquote wrong, you will get your juice, like the juice will come out because you're working it. You're working, and the good stuff is just going to start coming out. It's going to start, whether you want to or not, no, it's going to start bleeding out. It's the natural rhythm of things, and that's what I like to do. I mean, I'm not concerned about you know, the right or the proper way of doing it, or where you start, where you end. You know, some people are very concerned with that. I'm not. If I get concerned with that, I won't create the vast number of works that I create. I create a lot of works, large, small, portraits, still lives, landscapes. I have thousands of works. I've sold thousands. And I mean not 1 or 2,000, I mean about over 10,000. I don't know why I produce this way. It makes sense to me. It makes sense to my process. I love that, Vivian. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cassandra. Thank you so much, brown-eyed girl. I love that, brown-eyed girl. That's awesome. Yeah, so that's pretty much how I like to do it. You know, it's just it doesn't have to be anything, right? I think the moment that it has to be something, it kind of loses the because now judgment comes in, right? If it has to look like something, now we're perceiving with judgment. We're like, well, does that really look like a flower? Or, you know, that's why in portrait painting, it's so important to let. I used to be a portrait artist I did that for a good while, and meaning I only did that, right? I used to just get commissions in portrait painting, and I realized that you have to be if you're gonna get a portrait done by someone, you have to understand, not understand, but acknowledge how they paint, right? Be like, oh, okay, well this person does portraits like this, and that person does portraits like this, or whatever, you know, and just kind of be all right with it. Because, I mean, not long ago, we all love John Singer Sargent, but not long ago, his portraits were considered trash, you know, they were considered not good. And now we all love them, so what is it then? Taste changes, or what is it? No, I think people just, you know, as time goes by, people start to understand what the cat was all about. You know. So there you guys have it. Let me give you a close-up of this je ne sais quoi. Look at that. This is magic. This color is magic. Phthalo blue and Viridian, pure magic. I think phthalo blue and Viridian should always, at least Viridian should always be on flesh tones. Should always be on flesh tones. It should always be on flowers. It should be on the soft. So this is how I do flowers, guys. This is how I play with the whole idea of peonies, or peonies, or I don't know how you pronounce them. The name is Jose Trujillo. I am the world's greatest living artist, guys. I don't know. I just am. I know that. And here's another one of my works. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be showing some of my other art, you know, stuff that I do, and my muy loco philosophies. All right, here's a little peek of my palette. That right there is the oil. It gets dirty, but as you see, I'm not much concerned anymore on that, because I'm starting to get a little bit more, you know. I'm starting to get. I feel like the guy when the guy found out he was going to die or something, he had an illness, or I don't know. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think he found out that it was time to go. He's like, I think he said a quote, something like, and I was barely starting to get it, right? I've been painting for over 20 years, and I feel like I'm barely scratching the surface of what this thing is about. And that's a good thing. Always remain green. Always. Ripe. The next step of ripe is you know, it's spoil. It doesn't work anymore. Always remain green. There you guys. There you go. Take care. Till next time. Bye-bye.